The White House has announced what it is calling the most significant actions ever taken by any government to advance the field of AI safety. An executive order from President Biden requires artificial intelligence developers to share safety results with the U.S. government. It places the U.S. at the center of the global debate on AI governance. However, this is a position the UK government hoped the summit it is hosting this week would allow it to hold. The two-day meeting begins on 1 November at Bletchley Park. It has been prompted by concerns that the rapid advance of AI systems could lead to problems such as the development of more deadly bioweapons and more paralysing cyber attacks. Alex Krasodomsky, senior research associate at Chatham House, told the BBC the executive order showed the U.S. considered itself the leader in terms of how to address such threats. In a statement, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Bruce Reed said the U.S. had issued the strongest set of actions any government in the world has ever taken on AI safety, security, and trust. The measures include creating new safety and security standards for AI, including measures that require AI companies to share safety test results with the federal government, protecting consumer privacy by creating guidelines that agencies can use to evaluate privacy techniques used in helping to stop AI algorithms discriminate and creating best practices on the appropriate role of AI in the justice system, creating a program to evaluate potentially harmful AI-related healthcare practices, and creating resources on how educators can responsibly use AI tools. Working with international partners to implement AI standards around the world. The Biden administration is also taking steps to beef up its AI workforce. From today, workers with AI expertise can find relevant openings in the federal government on AI.
Yeah.
Does this undermine the UK gathering? Mr. Krasodomsky said the order was really important, but one that doesn't necessarily run in line with the UK's objectives and aims for the summit. The UK summit is referenced in the executive order, but it's mentioned under the heading of Advancing American Leadership Abroad, indicating that the U.S. very clearly knows that it is the big player here alongside China, but more precisely, it is the U.S. companies that are really driving forward, he said. Mr. Krasodomsky added, "It's difficult to put together a small, highly technical summit, but I think clearly if this technology is going to have significant global impact, there have to be a ton of other kinds of work and engagement with countries around the world," he said. US Vice President Kamala Harris and top executives from the U.S. tech giants are arriving in the UK this week to discuss AI safety at the UK government's AI Summit, which it has billed as a world first. The summit, hosted by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, will focus on growing fears about the implications of so-called frontier AI. President of the EU Commission Ursula von der Leyen and Undersecretary General Antonio Guterres will also be in attendance. The UK is determined to position itself as a global leader in the space of trying to minimize the risks posed by this powerful technology. But the EU is in the process of passing an AI Act. China has already devised a number of strict AI rules, and now the US has issued this order. On top of that, according to the Reuters news agency, the group of 7 G7 industrial countries are reportedly agreeing a code of conduct for companies developing advanced AI systems. All that activity raises the question of how much will actually be left up for discussion at Bletchley Park this week.